Hey there guys, this is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth with some new information on the 9/11 conspiracy. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at these claims that hackers have uncovered new information in regards to insurance fraud that was carried out on 9/11. Now if the title of this video concerns you, please stick around and hear what I have to say, because this has huge potential when it comes to bringing down those involved in that horrific crime. Now let me just clarify that 9/11 was a conspiracy. Whether you think it was 19 men, mostly from Saudi Arabia, or if it was a group of elite globalists who pulled off a false flag, either way, people conspired together to commit that crime, and the victims' family members still have unanswered questions, so justice must be served. On Monday, New Year's Eve, according to Motherboard, a hacker group announced it had breached a law firm handling cases related to the September 11th attacks and threatened to publicly release a large cache of related internal files unless their ransom demands were met. The news is the latest public extortion attempt from the group known as the Dark Overlord, which has previously targeted a production studio working for Netflix. And they show in this older article that a hacker or group of hackers dumped apparent full episodes of Orange is the New Black after Netflix allegedly declined to pay a ransom. So they weren't bluffing at all when it came to the Netflix ransom. So they previously targeted a production studio working for Netflix, as well as a host of medical centers and private businesses across the United States. The announcement also signals a slight evolution in the Dark Overlord's strategy, which has expanded on leveraging the media to exert pressure on victims, to now distributing its threats and stolen data in a wider fashion. In its announcement published on Pastebin, the Dark Overlord points to several different insurers and legal firms, claiming specifically that it hacked Hiscox Syndicate Limited, Lloyd's of London, and Silverstein Properties. And since making this announcement, they have been suspended on Twitter. The Dark Overlord subreddit on Reddit has also been banned. And as you can see, their Bitcoin wallet has yet to receive even a single Bitcoin. On Pastebin, the Dark Overlord said that they had acquired 18,000 documents, many of which are related to litigation surrounding the 9/11 events. They included a link for a 10 gigabyte archive of files, the cache of which is encrypted, but they are threatening to release the decryption keys, unlocking this information over a period of time. But how did they obtain these documents? Well, the Dark Overlord says in an announcement published on Pastebin, when major incidents like the WTC 9/11 incident happen, part of the litigation must involve SSI, sensitive security information, and SCI, special compartment information, from the likes of the FBI, the CIA, the TSA, FAA, and the DoD, and others being introduced into evidence. But of course, this can't become public for fear of compromising a nation's security, so they temporarily release these materials to the solicitor firms involved in the litigation with the strict demand that they are destroyed after their use and that they remain highly protected and confidential to only be used behind closed doors. However, humans aren't perfect, and many of these documents don't become destroyed. And when the Dark Overlord comes along, hacking all these solicitor firms and investment banks and global insurers, we stumble upon the juiciest secrets government has to offer. And as it turns out, in April of last year, the Hiscox Group announced to their shareholders that a breach, in fact, did take place. Announcement regarding U.S. commercial insurance claims. Hiscox recently learned of an information security incident affecting a specialist law firm in the U.S. that provided advice to Hiscox or its policyholders on some of its U.S. commercial liability insurance claims. The incident involved illegal access to information stored on the law firm's server, which may have included information relating to up to 1,500 of Hiscox US-based commercial insurance policyholders. So it appears they legitimately have these documents and are not bluffing, just like in the case with Netflix. But here's the problem I have with the Dark Overlord hackers. It's obviously not about getting the truth out for them. It's all about money. They want Bitcoin, plain and simple. But in cases like these, maybe a hacker or a group of hackers should be rewarded for finding a 9/11 smoking gun. I happen to think there are a lot of libertarians and anarchists and truthers and freedom-loving individuals in general who got crypto rich around this time last year, and they are looking to fund something exactly like this. So here's my proposition. I want to put a call out there to all the hackers who are capable of obtaining similar documents that the Dark Overlords have obtained, only instead of extorting these insurance companies to pay up, instead reach out to the freedom-loving, crypto-rich community who are looking to fund and reward you for your hard work. Look, it takes effort and knowledge and risk to be able to obtain such a desirable item, so you should be rewarded for your hard work, but in a voluntary manner. So what I would love to see is for some blockchain developers to design some sort of a crowdfunding campaign using Bitcoin to incentivize the discovery of certain truths. So essentially, you would post a call to find a certain truth, at which point people would then contribute Bitcoin, i.e. offer a reward or fund you for finding said truth. The size of the reward would also function as a gauge for what truths are more important for society to discover. As the reward grows, this will cause a snowball effect, maybe even attracting the attention of the media, and just like that, the hackers will now be incentivized to find these truths that we know are out there and that we want to find. So maybe we need to completely change our thinking on hackers being thieves to people who should be rewarded for uncovering certain truths and for getting justice where justice is due. So guys, let me know what you think about my idea to set up a blockchain-based crowdfunding platform that rewards hackers for uncovering certain truths. Would you contribute to something like that? I know I would. And since I am actually very interested in releasing information in regards to 9/11, I want to end today's video with a trailer to my film, The Toronto Hearings on 9/11, Uncovering 10 Years of Deception, which we also edited down to a 2-hour version for YouTube, which I'll include a link to at the end of this video. So thanks for watching, my friends. Please click that thumbs up button and share this video if you found the information to be useful. And please check us out at pressfortruth.ca/donate, where you can contribute Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, and also to where you can join us as either a PFT member or a PFT patron, either through Patreon or the Patreon alternative link that you can find in the description below. So without further ado, here's the trailer for our film, The Toronto Hearings on 9/11, Uncovering 10 Years of Deception.
I think the 10th anniversary is the appropriate occasion to sum up all the research that's been done over 10 years, which suggests that the story we've been given about 9/11 is not true.
We wanted an investigation into all of the actions and failures that had led to the deaths of our loved ones and so many others on that horrible September day. A real investigation into 9/11 has never been done.
Why didn't the commission deal with the collapse of Building 7, which some call the smoking gun?
At 5:20 in the afternoon on 9/11, it fell vertically and symmetrically in 6.5 seconds.
NIST acknowledges WT7 came down without resistance and without doing any work for over 100 feet. They even gave the equation of the line. It shows that the slope is exactly equal to the acceleration of gravity. The fact of free fall is literally proof of demolition.
Boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits.
We just heard one more explosion. That's about the 4th one we've heard.
High-rise office buildings do not collapse due to fires. All 3 skyscrapers were destroyed by explosive-controlled demolition. But take a close look now at the corner, where you see developing a series of explosions rapidly advancing down the corner of the building much faster than the rest of these explosions, almost as fast as the free-falling objects.
We have found what we call nanothermite.
The thermite reaction was present and occurring at the World Trade Center on 9/11 and afterward in the pile at the World Trade Center site.
Thermite must have been there one way or the other.
The FBI's official 9/11 investigation codename is Pastebin. It's the official story, of course, in the 9/11 Commission report, and all the media that follows their lead is that bombs really weren't involved at the World Trade Centers or the Pentagon.
Americans know you can keep secrets. We kept the Manhattan Project secret. That had 100,000 people working on it. Conspiracies happen. We know that. Iran-Contra, Watergate. Conspiracy is a sound legal concept. We use it all the time.
9/11 has unleashed a roadmap of war and destruction.
A war machine that has been building incrementally since Eisenhower warned us about it in 1961.
Anybody who looks at it will realize that we're not walking in there with tinfoil hats. We are just normal people. We are ordinary citizens who are concerned and trying to do something about it.
This isn't over, this is just beginning. This is just beginning.